What's up, guys? It's NOOCH. Neighborhood Picks. Neighborhood Picks. Like and subscribe. We just went down the topics of the NFC playoffs, but now we're going to AFC, and it's much different in the AFC. In the NFC, you got Philly as the top dog, but then you got a rookie. You got up and down Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Dallas, both inconsistent. Giants are playing good, but they're lacking weapons. Seattle. Everybody's got holes, but in the AFC, you got the big time quarterbacks. I mean, in the AFC, you got Mahomes, who's going to be the MVP, Buffalo with Allen, Joe Burrow, and then you still got Herbert, Lamar if he's healthy, and Lawrence. Those are 6 dynamite quarterbacks. And I really, now that we can fool around again, that Hamlin's making his recovery, I said a prayer last week, like, please, God, don't make me watch the fucking Redskins go to the playoffs. Please don't let me see the Redskins. They're so boring. I have the same prayer for the Titans. Please, God, don't let me watch Tennessee in a playoff game. I'd rather watch paint dry. Hopefully Jacksonville takes care of business and they'll be the number 4 seed. Trevor Lawrence is coming on. I really see the AFC as a 3-horse race. Number 1, the AFC title runs through Cincinnati. Buffalo fans might get mad at me. KC fans might get mad at me, but let me explain myself. The title runs through Cincinnati because they're the AFC champions. It's not like an opinion. The title runs through Cincinnati. Just like Jordan used to say, I remember when he was down and out in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7, and they were losing to Indiana, and he's like, still got to come through Chicago. I don't care what happened yesterday, this time. Still got to come through Chicago. Utah, Knicks, still got to come through Chicago because they were the champs. So as far as the AFC title goes, you still got to go through Cincinnati. However, if I had to tell you my favorite, I got to say KC looks locked in. I got to say impulse. KC's going back to that Super Bowl, I think. It seems like everything that started to get out of control a little bit with Mahomes when he was doing those super fucking twirlies all over the place last year, it seems like he dialed it in. How can you tell? Because they're using the running back and the all-world tight end Travis Kelce more than ever. Travis Kelce has 100 catches, 1,300 yards, and 12 touchdowns. He's breaking his own records, and he was already the best. So that's number 1. McKinnon, 9 or 10 touchdown catches. Fat Andy did a beautiful job of reeling Mahomes back in. He's dialed in, he's playing smart, and he's already got the Showtime in him. You don't have to try to be Showtime when you have it. So now that they're focusing on dialing them back in, the Chiefs are tough. Now, to me, it's Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati. Cincinnati, why I just explained it, where the title goes through. The Chiefs, because I think they're the best. In Buffalo, because Josh Allen has the strongest arm in the world. We know he's got a sore UCL with the ligament, but Buffalo's going to be tough. They got a lot of talent, Diggs. The thing that I'm worried about with Buffalo is the arm, the UCL. He's got a UCL ligament problem, and he might have to get Tommy John surgery after the season. He's had to manage it since the injury came up, and if it gets sore, if he aggravates it, that could be a problem for Buffalo. But KC, Buffalo, Cincy, and hopefully Jacksonville holds on to that 4 spot. For those of you guys that didn't know this, Trevor Lawrence has more touchdown passes than Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, and Dak Prescott. Trevor Lawrence, more teeters than Hurts, Prescott, and Herbert. Herbert, surprisingly low stats this year. We got to recognize the bullshit teams. I think the Tampa Bay is fake, and I think the Chargers are fake. No way in the world would I ever take those 2 teams to win the Super Bowl. Look at Herbert. Look at Herbert's stats next to Brady's. Herbert, 23 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Brady, 23 and 9. Trevor Lawrence has 24 and 8. He's got better touchdown ratio interception than Herbert and Brady. Right under Jacksonville, number 5 is the Chargers. I don't think they're going anywhere. They're just not going anywhere. Just the way Tom Brady, with all his dinks and dunks, he completed 477 passes for only like 4,600 yards or whatever it was. Anyway, long story short, Brady's completing 6 yards a pass. That's disgusting. Herbert, he's up there in the passing, the yards too, but when you throw 100 balls as dump offs to Eckler, Austin Eckler has like 100 catches for like 600 yards. So that doesn't mean they're not getting Eckler out there as a receiver. these are dump-offs because there was nothing going. Now, they had some things against them, the Chargers, but 100 dump-offs to Eckler, that worries me about the offense if you know football. Then, at number 6, you got the worst Ravens team I've seen in a long time with a great win-loss record. So if Lamar could come back, that's huge. You literally have all the best quarterbacks in the AFC. Lamar, one of the best for sure. Herbert, he's getting there. I think his name was a little bigger than his game so far this year. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's not in. I can't put him in that A+ lunch table. But Lamar, if he comes back, Trevor Lawrence is coming up, Burrow, Allen, and Mahomes. That's like a star-studded, super team. Now listen, my real channel is Neighborhood Picks YouTube. Like and subscribe over there. I do live streams. We have interactive live streams every Sunday morning. Questions, answers. We talk about the whole game, sports betting, fantasy football, just standings, playoffs. I am a sports junkie. I love sports. I've been an athlete my whole life. I coach. I train athletes now. And I always talk sports anyway. So now that there's a lane where I can put my thoughts out and connect my friends from all over the country in different facets of life, I think it's a great thing. So I'm Nooch, Neighborhood Picks, one word, YouTube. Like and subscribe. So now we got KC 1, Buffalo 2, Cincy 3, Jacksonville 4, Chargers 5, Ravens 6. If Lamar comes back, they're gonna be dangerous. And New England 7. I'm not crazy about New England. Who's hanging around below New England, outside looking in? You got Miami. They're not going anywhere. You got Pittsburgh, who's coming on lately. Could be a year away, but you never know. They could win that game, but they need help. And Tennessee. Tennessee, the only way they can win is if they beat Jacksonville. I feel like Jacksonville is such a much better team than Tennessee. Please, dear God, don't make me watch a fucking Tennessee playoff game. I don't want to be bored watching a playoff game. We want to see Jacksonville against the Chargers right now. The 4 plays the 5. You want to see the Titans and the Chargers? No. I don't want to puke on my keyboard. No. I want to see Jacksonville and the Chargers, and we'll see young Trevor against young Herbert. But this, to me, the AFC is different. NFC, there is not one team without chink in their armor. That's why I like the Giants' chances. Reminds me of that 9-7 squad when they beat Buffalo and Ahmad Bradshaw went crazy. Then all of a sudden, we beat Romo and T.O., who smashed us in the season. We beat Green Bay, who smashed us in the regular season. And then we beat the 18-0 Patriots. So anything could happen. But in the AFC, the championships are going to go through those top dogs. I don't see KC losing, honestly. Buffalo and Cincy are right there. Then you got the rest. Jacksonville, nice story, Trevor. But usually when a guy comes on, like just now, the second half, it's probably a year or two away from being elite. So Trevor going to the Super Bowl would have to be a hell of a run. Chargers with that fish-face coach, they ain't going nowhere. But listen, Nooch, Neighborhood Picks, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Got to get out of here.